it's battle time against Blue Rogues and the Grimbsy Town Grimers right here, right now. Of course, my opponent decides to lead off with Hellhound the Entei. I lead off with Gusion the Fortress. I feel like he actually predicted this one because, well, obviously, who would not lead off with a hazard setter? But anyways, I decided, well, I needed to switch out Gusion. It's too early to have him get knocked out. So bring in Rain and the Polito, bring in the Drizzle. Hopefully it can neutralize the Sacred Fire coming from Hellhound, but he misses for some reason. Okay, so that was lucky. So switching out, I was thinking that yeah, he is going to switch out eventually. I'm going to use Ice Beam over here, but he switches into Polito the Yoke. I think that's how it's pronounced. So yeah, that's the reason why I actually bring that in. I decided to switch into Zabanya the Kingdra. Apparently he decides to go for an Ice Beam, which does neutral damage, does quite a bit of damage apparently. I decided to go with Signal Beam right here with, well, of course with Zabanya, and for some reason he went for Slack Off. I feel like he actually wants to see what I can do against it. That's why he uses Slack Off, giving him a bit of health, and in the next turn he actually decides to go ahead and switch out. And my Signal Beam once again hits, well, Amoongus right here. Baymoongus, that is quite an interesting name. Okay, so what am I going to do over here? I'm actually going to go ahead and switch into one of my Spore counters, Fortress Gusion. I was definitely predicting the Spore over here because even though with Sleep Course, yeah, putting my offensive threats to sleep is a good option, but I decided, well, I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to have to make sure that Amoongus is prevented from putting any of my Pokemon to sleep. So anyways, I decided to go for Stealth Rocks. Interestingly enough, I was kind of expecting it, but he has HP Fire, which doesn't do as much damage under the rain. So that's pretty good. Still does quite an amount of damage, so that's that. I decided to switch out Gusion into Seaportan the Celebi. Well, completely expecting him to actually switch into Sand/Mr. Spins over here. And yeah, that completely blocks Sand/, entirely from getting Rapid Spin. So right now, right here, this is not exactly a smart play, but I decided to actually attack whatever he decides to switch in, and he decided to bring in Entei over here, which takes the Stealth Rocks damage, that's fine, and I decided to go with Psychic instead. Not a very smart choice considering he has a Weavile on his team, but for some reason that actually plays into effect later on in the game. I decided actually to switch out Seaportan, bring back Rain and take the Sacred Fire damage under the rain. Although, yeah, spoiler alert, what's going to happen ahead, I did get burned from that. So my Rain time is limited. Good thing that burn damage actually got nerfed in this generation, so that's good. So yeah, I'm going to actually go ahead and toss in make sure that he's definitely going to switch. So I decided to deal some status on it. Good thing Toxic actually hits, and hits the Slowbro, thus limiting his options a little bit. It does have Slack Off and Regenerator, but it does put him on a timer at the very least, if you guys know what I mean. So right now we got one poison Slowbro up for servings. So right now I decided actually to switch into Kingdra, switch into Zabanya right over here, and he decides, well, he needs to switch up into Baymoongus of all things. I assume that's to actually put me to sleep or maybe damage me. I do know that neutral damage from Giga Drain does neutral damage, and well, I decided why not just go ahead and use Devastating Drake right now. Half expecting him to bring in Dragonite over here, but at the same time, I decided to use my Z Crystal Pokemon right here, right now. Does a lot of damage to Amoonguss, but considering it's a regenerated Pokemon, it's not going to do. It's obviously going to do about like 50%. And it gets its health back from Giga Drain as well. So that's not good. It does not really. It's kind of a waste actually using Devastating Drake, to be honest. But I had to use it. Of course, I had to switch out Zabanya to prevent that eventual Spore or Giga Drain, which he actually uses Giga Drain right here. Which isn't too bad. Does not give him as much health as what Kingdra does, as you can see over there. Like Sludge though, standard Amoonguss sets right here. Well, she's going to go ahead and switch out into Jose the Weavile. I think he was expecting a Psychic. I don't think he has seen this coming. Hidden Power, Fighting. When it's a hit-to-hits Weavile, I'm assuming it's probably Focus Sash, but the Stealth Box kind of negates that, so that's a really good choice to actually use. He's definitely expecting me to use Psychic over here. No, Dragonite's in the field. I'm not gonna let Seaporton take any damage, so decided to switch it out into Cerebi over here, which is my counter against this. So my counter against Dragonite, aside from Draco Meteoring Kingdra over here, he decides to actually go with Hurricane, which is an interesting choice. And I realized this has got to be a special, if not mixed with Extreme Speed Dragonite. Of course, he switches out, brings in Mr. Spins over here, which I realized in my analysis is actually pretty physically defensive. So Stone Age does not hit for a lot of damage. I know Earthquake is probably going to hit a bit more, but it's not going to knock out Mr. Spins over here. So of course we obviously know that each one of us has leftovers. Rapid Spin finally getting rid of the rocks, which could have been done much earlier, but with Weavile on the field, Weavile couldn't be safe anyway. Jose the Weavile. Alright. Leech Seeding Mr. Spins here actually helps me bring me back to full health along with the leftovers. So that's kind of good in perspective. And there we go, the Leech Seed coming right in. The next, he actually goes ahead and switches into Amoonguss over here, which you guys can see him switching out. I decided to go with Earthquake, expecting him to actually bring in Entei, just making it as a check over here. Earthquake does a decent amount of damage, but now I am in, well, I'm in Spore range. I'm in Spore risk in a way. So I decided, yep, I definitely need to switch Cerebi out. I can't put him to sleep, and I can't let him get to sleep. And Agrissa comes in, one of my 3 counters against Spore right here. Insomnia neutralizes that completely. So right now, I decided, yeah, he can't really do anything much. So I'm going to go ahead and set up Sticky Webs. He brings back in Sand Slash, possibly to Rapid Spin, possibly to set Stealth Rocks. And Stealth Rocks is detrimental to Agrissa over here. So decided to switch it out. I could have kept it in, but there isn't too much I can do with Sucker Punch. So that's that. Stealth Rocks are set up. I brought in Celebi Portons over here just to chase him out once again. And lo and behold, he actually stays in to a Psychic. I couldn't win for Giga Drain right here. Does a lot of damage, but he decides, yeah, he's going to go for Stone Age. So I wasn't thinking that he would let Mr. Spins take a lot of damage over here. So decided to actually go for Giga Drain this time around. Got myself into a situation where I'm have to deal with Hellhound. Something that I posted in the notes right here, Hellhound, even if Scar under Sticky Webs, is still going to have a speed tie against Celebi over here. So that's going to be a bit problematic. And plus, I have Life Orb on Seaportan, so that's kind of a risk over here. Decided to switch Celebi out there. Not going to play with the speed tie over here. And I'm going to bring in Rain the End. Going to take a little bit of Stealth Rocks damage. Going to take some Sacred Fire damage as well. So that's that. But he actually goes for an Extreme Speed for once. I assume that is actually KO Celebi. I don't know if Celebi will be knocked out from that range, but I'm just kind of assuming. He might be Choice, he might be Scar, but who knows. Bring back in, my Blue Rogue decided to bring back in Baymungus. I decided to switch into Gusion over here. And, well, of course, taking some Stealth Rocks damage. I feel like Baymungus is kind of walled in over here. It can't do too much damage with Giga Drain. It can deal damage with HP Fire, which you guys might actually see later on. He actually brings in Mr. Spins once again. I assume to actually take a set of Stealth Rocks again. So that's a little bit of a risk over here. I could have stayed in, I could have Rapid Spin again. But yeah, I decided, well, in the next turn, I'm going to have to switch out into something that can deal with Mr. Spins. Of course, I brought in Zabanya. I'm not going to take any Stealth Rocks damage, so that's fine. You can set up Stealth Rocks all day, but I don't think Mr. Spins can actually do anything to Gusion at this rate. So, right now, he switches up Mr. Spins into Baymungus once again. I said, well, he is either going to go into a Mungus or Yuke the Slowbro. So I'm going to go with Signal Beam over here, and I got the tail end of this switch of this turn over here. Well, I'm going to switch out Zabanya. I can't let him put me to sleep. In comes Gusion, taking a little bit of Stealth Rocks damage again. I think he actually went for a double switch over here. Yuke comes back in, which is completely fine in my opinion. He gets the speed drop, which actually surprisingly puts him under Gusion's current speed stat. So, it's quite interesting. Rapid Spin, of course, to get rid of the rocks. I completely expect Gusion to actually be knocked out by Scald over here. Completely expect that. He leaves at 1 HP! Of all things, he leaves at 1 HP right here, right now. And there we go. That is probably the best thing that happened next to HP fighting prediction, to be honest. And here comes Celebi. I actually decided to switch in Celebi, but wow, he actually brings back in Mr. Spins over here. Half predicting him to actually switch into Mr. Spins just to do some, well, Stealth Rocks damage, which actually can stop Gusion from finally Rapid Spin because of his low health. Right now, Mr. Spins is kind of neutralized over here. Of course, Dragonite comes back in. Doing some psychic damage over here without multi-skill, that actually is a 2-hit KO. Right here, well, I decided to actually switch back out into Celebi, completely expecting him to actually use like, well, he has Ice Beam for some reason. I guess it's actually to deal with Celebi of all things, so that's that. Bringing Celebi, thank goodness, he has a move that I wasn't really expecting him to have. Well, half expecting him to have. He actually has Hurricane. And right now, well, Celebi Stone Aging the Baymungus isn't going to be too much. I do have like you guys see in the team builder, I do have a secret move against Among Us. So next turn I said, well, I am going to actually switch out Seravi over here, bringing back in C Portents, and he actually switches back out into Mr. Spins over here. I think this is a really switch phase. He was completely expecting to see, well, to switch into Celesteela and get some stealth rocks up again. So again, 50-50 games over here. I said, well, I'm gonna have to recover over here. I can't let Entei extreme speed me with the speed tie. So here is Yum Yum. The Dragonite has Thunder, which actually hits. Did not get the paralysis though, and I managed to knock out Dragonite with a Psychic. So that is that. Probably the first knockout of this game as well. Well, second knockout after Jose the Weavile. Baymungus comes back. I actually wanted to see if I can just go ahead and recover my health over here, but he has shown that he has Sludge Bomb as his 4th move. So Celebi getting massive amounts of damage, more than 50%, gets the poison, and I'm going to consider myself switching out for sure. So probably bad read on my part, and I have to switch out Celebi to make full use of the, well, I have to make full use of the natural cure. Switching in Celebi does take HP fire damage pretty easily over here. And then I think this is probably one of the next best thing. Acrobatics, I know my Celebi actually has item leftovers. It still has its item, so well, I decided to keep it in, do as much acrobatics as possible. If he manages to put me to sleep, if he actually switches out into Entei again, I'm going to have to, well, at least store out some turns over here. So I'll be going to take the first turn of sleep while he does HP fire damage over here. Getting as well, like slight recovery damage, would actually put him out of KO range with acrobatics. Still wish I did not have the item on it, to be honest. But yeah, Celebi managed to wake up on turn 2, does acrobatics. That's a hefty amount of damage, but Baymungus just lives in his slither of health. At this point in time, yeah, I don't think he'll be able to live enough, but even if I bring it in, so it's like I'm going to have to do an earthquake over here. Probably expecting Entei to switch in. Yep, he does switch out, making full use of his regenerator ability, and Yuke comes back in. Gets caught in a sticky web, which is not very good. Decided to go with Earthquake, as I said. Completely expecting Entei, but here we go. We have Slowbro in the field. Oh man, this is actually a really long battle. I kid you not, it takes about 55 minutes. The timer was at 5 minutes on the very last turn. So anyways, I decided to switch out Ceravi right here. Bring back in Grimbsy Town. I wasn't too sure what he actually does afterwards, but I think he went for, yeah, he went for Ice Beam. That's right, he went for Ice Beam, does a little bit of damage. Of course, I was fully expecting him to slack off over here, stall me out of a burn. I said, why not just encore him into Ice Beam, stop him from slacking off, make him work for his money over here. So Ice Beam coming off brings Grimbsy to the red. Thank goodness the burn damage did not bring it too much to, did not knock it out. So Grimbsy, I can still keep him as a range setter. Bring back in Zabanya, and he brings back in Among Us, which is now just about 40% health. Right now, it's just a game about, well, attrition, to be honest. I don't think that's the right word. Anyways, I decided to go with Ice Beam. right here. Ugh, doesn't do a lot of damage, and I got the freeze of all things. I could have been put to sleep of all turns. I could have been Giga Drain of all turns. Really bad luck on that turn right there. Manages to knock out Spamungus over here with the Ice Beam. Third knockout of the team right here. And he has only Slowbro to take the damage. Well, there isn't too much that he can do right now. He does have Slowbro, he does have Dragonite on the team as well. And I think he has Sandslash as well. So yeah, he's now on Wits End over here. That's it. Well, I'm going to go with Signal Beam over here, dealing as much damage as I can. He switches out, making Furious a generator again into Hellhound. I think he was expecting to actually do as much damage as he can with Extreme Speed. That's it, Signal Beam just to, well, if he decides to stay in, I will be able to knock out Yook. Puts him on Confusion. He decides to go with Extreme Speed, does get past the Confusion and do about half of Zabanya's remaining HP, which is fine, to be honest. So knocks out Hellhound one last time, and that's kind of that. He brings back Yook. I don't think Yook is able to do as much. I don't think I'll be able to knock out Yook, to be honest. So I decided to bring in Gusion for the sacking. Might have gotten away with bringing in another Pokemon or attacking with Signal Beam again, but I don't think I can knock out. I think Zabanya will be knocked out, and well, I decided Gusion might be a good idea to sack. Brings back in Celebi Portents over here, and I think that is pretty much the rest of the game. At this point in time, I kind of forgot Entei was knocked out, to be honest. So I decided to play the recover games over here. I know he has Ice Beam, which is doing about 50% of the damage. I said, yeah, I'm going to need to stall him out over here. I do know, yes, later on, I would be able to knock him out with Giga Drain pretty easily. But I decided for some reason that I need to keep Celebi alive, just in case I can't knock out Entei, which is already knocked out for some reason. I kid you not, that is probably one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. But, yeah, well, it shows that I really need to record my opponent's team, just like I did in VGC. He decided actually to slack off over here, get some health back. I made my next recover over here. And, well, I decided time to finish him off. He brings in Mr. Spins, completely forgotten his zero round. And thank goodness, Hellhound isn't around, to be honest. Yeah, that is one of the mess ups that I made in PMC. Probably many to come, to be honest. But anyways, this game is done. Blue Rogue loses both his Pokemon to Celebi, and Slobo finally got them knocked out by the Giga Drain, and that is a game, guys. Alright, let me know what you guys think of this battle over here. Did I do well? Did I not do well? Of course, leave your feedback in the comment section below and elsewhere on Twitter, Facebook page, any social media. So, we are on 1-1 finally. Dealing with Mastodon is a pain, but we managed to pull a win against our fellow groupmate, Blue Rogue. I wish him all the best, all the way up into our rematch later on in the season. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you'd like to see Blue Rogue's perspective, there is a link in the end card in the description below. and as well as check out other Pokemon Masters Cup and the other coaches and analysts as well in the description below as well. Until next time guys, this is Dolphin Square, coach of the Red Spark Vikavolt, signing out, and to you guys, square the fun and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye everyone.